Hello, my fellow game players. This is Fear the Ghost, and I have for you some replays. As you can see here, I actually wound up losing this one, but I thought it was pretty fun. We start out with a Flareon versus Drapion, so I know he's going to Earthquake, but I really don't have anything to take that, so I go into Stoutland. And I go for Superpower, but he brings in Chestnut. And my superpower doesn't do quite enough, and I'm also going to begin that attack drop, so that's not a good thing. So I go into my Tyrantrum. He switches out to this Miltank as I go for a Dragon Dance, predicting him to go for the Spiky Shield. So I go for an Earthquake, mainly just to see how much it does. And it didn't do half as much as I wanted it to, but I decided to just go for it again, since I'm in here and I may as well, and I really didn't have anything that wanted to take his Earthquake. So I go into Reshiram, take an Earthquake, not very well, and I get my speed boost and I kill it with a Dragon Pulse. Now the reason why I went for the Flame Charge and not straight for a Dragon Pulse was because I wanted the speed boost, otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to kill anything. So Reshiram over here is putting in some work. I get to 2 times speed. This puzzle's not looking too happy. I should go for Dragon Pulse. He does manage to live it, and he reveals the Baton Pass, which is really scary. Goes into Alakazam. I miss my blue flare, and he kills me with a Psychic, which I wasn't surprised about. So I go into Flareon, use Protect, so I can get my Flareon's Toxic Orb off. So I now have a Guts boosted attack. And I managed to kill this threat with a Flare Blitz. So this threat's out of the way. He brings back in this puzzle as I bring in my Stoutland. And he just goes straight for the T-Ball, crits me to deal me half, and I kill it with a return. He brings in Chestnut, and I switch out to Magnezone. He gets up the Leech Seed, which is turning out to be much more annoying than I expected. Nearly kills me off with a hammer on him as I hit him hard with the Flash Cannon. And then I go into Heatran on his air balloon. Go for the Earth Power because honestly, this Heatran had no moves. Its only move was Earth Power. That was its only attacking move, so I was dealt a bad hand on that one. It didn't have any fire moves. Usually you'll carry something like Flash Cannon or Earth Power and then a fire move, but nope, of course, since this is random battles, I do not get that. And so I get killed. And well, hold on. Heatran's over here. Oh, should turn off that. So it all, I do pretty well, but it just turns out pretty badly. I didn't really make misplays necessarily, but I didn't do too terribly well. Over here we have Simisage versus Empoleon. I go for Nasty Plot as he hits me with Signal Beam. And Giga Drain nearly kills it. I get to pop his air balloon. He hits me with another Signal Beam, and here I actually go for a Hidden Power, just in case he switches out. And then I miss the Focus Blast, which was not fun. And actually here I just go for the Giga Drain just to get rid of the sub, because I know I'm going to die to whatever he hits me with. So he does kill me. I go into Landorus. I go for an Earthquake. He goes into Rotom, which was fine. But he has the Hidden Power Ice on the Rotom. And like I said, this is random battle, so you never know what the opponent's going to have. So I switch into Bronzong, go for Light Screen, go for Gyro Ball, because I had nothing else to do. Go for Trick Room, go for Gyro Ball again, and he hits me hard with Shadow Ball. Go for Hypnosis, I put him to sleep. I go for Gyro Ball again, and for some reason he chose to switch in Gardevoir over here. So I don't know what the reasoning for him was in switching in a Fairy type into my Gyro Ball, especially a fast one like Gardevoir. But he does manage to kill me with the crit. And the only reason he didn't two-shot me was because I had Light Screen up, if you missed that part. So I had Light Screen up for a while, and it was actually putting its toll on him. Much more so than he probably thought. And he gets over here behind a sub, and there's not really anything I can do. I just go for Psychic twice so I can destroy the substitute, because I'm really running out of options. And so I managed to take that off. I go into Alakazam. I set up a Calm Mind as he brings in his Rotom, but this Alakazam, just like the Heatran in the last one, really had no attacking moves. And I actually go for the Focus Blast. The reason why I did that was I predicted some kind of switch. I don't know why I thought he was going to switch. I thought he was going to switch into like his... I don't know, I thought he was going to switch in his Magnezone for some reason. I honestly don't know. But, oh well. That was just a really bad misplay. And here, oh my gosh. This got scary. Like, I basically swept his entire team with one Pokemon, and you'll have seen it at the end there. Oh my gosh, that was scary. So I double Thunderbolt this thing. It has the Toxic, Wish, and Protect, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, freaking Toxic Wish Stall. I'm not staying in here. So I switch into Puzzle. As he switches out to Zebstrika, I guess to get a boost from my Thunderbolt, but his attack gets halved, or his special attack. He tries to Volt Switch out, and I managed to go for another Nasty Plot. He goes for Hidden Power. I don't know why he didn't just Hard Switch into something. He actually Volt Switches again here, and oh my gosh, this thing's scary. This is a 3.5 times special attack, Choice Specs Goodra, and watch what this thing does to his team. I'm choiced into Ice Beam, but it really didn't matter with 3.5 times special attack on the Goodra. What I was choiced into, not very much can live what this thing wants to do, even if they do resist it. Unless you resist it 4 times or are incredibly bulky like this thing, you're not going to live it. And it actually gets paralyzed here, which I think this thing was probably his last chance of taking out my Goodra. And so he forfeits, because I guess he thought so too. But man, that Goodra was scary. I gave it nearly 4 times special attack. Plus it has the choice spec, so that's pretty much 4 times its own special attack, which is scary stuff. And here, he actually winds up surrendering to me. It starts out Mew versus Seismitoad. I know these things like rocks, so I throw up a taunt. And I switch into Victory Bell because it has the Power Whip, which he goes for the Earth Power. I actually go for the Sunny Day. The reason I go for the Sunny Day is because I have Chlorophyll. I go for the Power Whip now, and his Skarmory takes out like a boss. So I switch back into Mew. Get hit by a Brave Bird. And here I go for Fire Blast. I miss. He hits me with a Brave Bird. I actually go for, I believe, another fire. No, I go for the Will-O-Wisp is what I do. I knew I Will-O-Wisp this thing either that turn or next. So he doesn't do anything with his Waterfall. I miss my Zen Headbutt. I'm getting annoyed by all the misses at this point. I go for the Taunt. I guess I thought he was going to bring his Skarmory back in since he wasn't really hurting my Mew that much. Actually go into my Galvantula over here. As he reveals the Terrakion, but I get my Sticky Web up. I Volt Switch out on this thing, and I go back into Victory Bell, and he just puts up rocks. So he switches out. I guess he was scared of my Power Whip. I set up another Sunny Day, or he probably just wanted Skarmory back in. He goes for the Brave Bird, and this time, I finally hit the Fire Blast. So I do hit the Fire Blast finally. He brings in the Seismitoad. This thing's annoying. I hit it with a Will-O-Wisp. It goes for Earth Power. And here I switch back into Victory Bell. And he switches in Florges as I go for a Power Whip, which Florges does not take that well at all. It did not like that, and I kill it with Sludge Bomb. So he did not like that. He brings in his Terrakion, who I also hit with Sludge Bomb. And he kills me with Stone Edge. I don't know why he hit him with Sludge Bomb and didn't go for Power Whip. I guess it just didn't wanna miss it. I come in here, I go for Nasty Plot. I was pretty sure I could live a close combat from where he was currently. So I stay in, I go for the Hydro Pump the first turn. I miss. And so I just go for a Grass Knot and kill this thing. And he brings in his Machamp. And I actually go for the Hydro Pump because he has no guard, so I can hit him definitely. And I wasn't sure if I would kill. I wasn't sure if I'd kill or not, but I don't. However, he does die to his own life orb. Then we bring in Galvantula and Seismitoad. Galvantula gets a nice hit in with a Bug Buzz, but dies to his Hydro Pump. Zebstrika comes in and kills him with Hidden Power Grass, which I guess he wasn't expecting. So he brings in his Terrakion. I go for a Wild Charge, deal some nice damage. He goes for close combat, and he dealt some pretty good damage, but I guess he didn't do as much as he was wanting to. I think he wanted to kill it, but I also had Kyurem in the back, as well as Zebstrika's faster and would have killed it on the next turn anyway. So I don't really blame him for, like, he didn't quit, he just surrendered. Like, he forfeited. I usually don't show rage quits on Pokemon, mainly because Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are fairly different, and most of the reason why someone rage quits in Pokemon is, well, usually in random battles it's because you're just mainly dealt a bad hand, such as you're like, before, I've had a team of 6 legendaries, and my Pokemons had like Teddiursas and things like, had a Teddiursa, a Pidgey, a Magikarp, and some other random stuff, and I just felt absolutely horrible, and I did not blame that guy at all. I wouldn't have blamed that guy at all if he quit. He actually didn't. He stuck through the entire thing like a trooper. But there are a lot of people that will quit when they get dealt stuff like that. So, that guy is a trooper. If I was him, I would have probably quit long before the end of that. And there's also the fact, now forfeiting I don't consider just quitting. Like, at least if they forfeit, they're saying I lost, and quitting's just basically I don't even want to do this. So I don't know how to explain it very well. You're welcome to think of forfeiting a match as quitting, but I honestly think they're different. So I do have 4 more, but they're going to be for a different video, which I'll be uploading later. Bye.